So you just got orders to Bremerton, Washington, and you are probably doing what I did 5 years ago, which is madly Googling, how much rain? Well, I'm here to tell you, as you can plainly see, that there are very, very beautiful days here. There are the pros and the cons, and I'd love to take you along. Let me introduce myself really quickly. My name is Marilyn Richardson, and my husband and I are a military family turned real estate team here in the Kitsap area. And we've learned a lot in 5 years, including some great neighborhoods where you might want to locate. We can just talk about the whole hoodie thing because yeah, it's a thing. Come on along with me, let's take a look. So one of the big cons can be the weather. There's a lot of gray skies about 9 months out of the year. We do have a lot of gray. However, positive, negative, the great thing is the summers are gorgeous. We have very few bugs here. We have no humidity, sunshine. There's nothing like summer here in Kitsap. On warm days, you can check out places like the Hood Canal, where I am right now, or you can also check out Illahee State Park. The area really is very, very rich with parks. Washington is one of those states that is very good about conserving its natural resources. So you see a lot of parks. There's Frank Robb State Park over in Paulsbo. There are parks for you and your dogs. There are parks for kids. There are parks to enjoy the water. So there's a lot to do here, especially during the summer. For me, one of the best parts of living here is just the incredible beauty. You've got snow-capped mountains. You've got the Puget Sound. You've got just parks and hikes and gorgeous forests that are green and glistening like the rainforest. It's just an otherworldly place to live. Super beautiful. If you're not a hiker, this is the kind of place where you will become a hiker because you'll love being outside. Take a walk. You don't have to call it a hike. When the kids were little, that's what we did. We didn't call it a hike, we called it a walk. So take your kids on a walk, discover some things like the old stump house, just a wonderful place to be. There are so many parks all over. Washington is big on conserving their outdoors. There's really something for everybody. Living away from a big city though, you'll find there are some trade-offs. Some of our stores, Target doesn't stay open very late. If you're used to 24/7 supermarkets, you're not gonna find a lot here. The shopping is not fabulous, really. There's not a great selection here. There are some great little boutiques, but as far as large shoppings, you're gonna be going to Tacoma or Seattle for that. The good news is Tacoma and Seattle are very close. Even Gig Harbor has some great shopping. So we can turn that one from a negative into a positive pretty quickly. Probably one of the best things about the area is the fact that they're used to military here. So you do have a strong community network of support. You have each other, and then you also have a community that really does appreciate. You'll find a lot of military discounts here. You'll find just special activities for military families. The acceptance here is very high. Facebook groups, lots of those for military spouses. They do put a lot of effort in the area into gathering folks because let's face it, it's a military town. When you go to submit your house offer, you will find that a lot of people are familiar with the VA loan. It doesn't scare them. They're excited about it. So just very pro-community. So this is con. It can take a while to find your people. Kitsap is not a huge area. And what that's gonna mean is it's not like San Diego. You're not having tons and tons of people coming and going all the time. So it might take a little harder to find your group here, but take a look in the hiking groups and the boating groups and the spouse groups. It may take a little while, but you'll find them. And pretty soon you'll be out having coffee with the rest of us. One big pro is the fact that you have Tacoma and Seattle right here. Hop on a ferry, go to Seattle, enjoy the Space Needle, enjoy the Chihuly Glass Gardens. Check out Seattle Christmas markets. That's always a favorite of ours. Check out the new Ferris wheel. There's lots to do. All you have to do is hop on that ferry. And just across the Hood Canal Bridge, you'll find Olympics National Park, where you can enjoy tons of hiking. Be sure to check out Lake Crescent. Also be sure to check out Solduck Hot Springs. That's a great spot. Jason and I love going. You can camp next door in your trailer if you want, or you can stay in one of the cottages. Book yourself a time at the hot springs and enjoy the tubs. Speaking of Seattle, don't miss the great museums. You'll enjoy the Museum of Pop Culture, otherwise known as MoPop. Seattle is opening up a new park on the downtown area, just down from the Pike's Place Market. So there's lots to enjoy over there. And major sports teams, definitely don't miss. You can check out a Major League Baseball game, a Sounders game, or Seattle Seahawks. We have our own hockey team, Kraken. So there's lots to enjoy as far as major league sports there too. And Seattle and Tacoma are home to tons of concerts, country music, rock, whatever your pleasure is, you'll find a lot of concerts here for everybody. If you're used to a really quiet pace of life, you're not going to love the traffic that happens at the end of the day here. When the shipyard lets out and Bangor, the sub base, lets out, it can be a little hairy going between Bangor and Bremerton and down into Port Orchard and Gig Harbor. However, there are different tricks and you'll learn those as soon as you get here, and I'm happy to share as well. However, if you've come from California, the traffic here, or Hampton Roads, which is my home, the traffic here is nothing like those. It's only a few minutes. It'll slow you down a little bit, but it won't put your entire afternoon to a standstill. One negative to Kitsap is the fact that you are close to some very major cities, and what that means is that your housing is going to be more expensive here. Yes, we do have higher BAH than other areas. However, it's still a challenge for a lot of families to either rent or buy here. So it pays to have an agent who can take you through, here's some tips and tricks to get a great home. One of the things we do is look at VA assumptions. That's a great one. And also some of the builders offer special incentives that makes it less expensive to buy a house here. So we definitely check those out. So if you're like me and my daughters and you really enjoy a good hoodie, this is definitely your place to live. I have a whole wardrobe, so do they. You'll enjoy that and you can wear them pretty much year round here. It is not a joke. It is a lifestyle. This is the hoodie life. Well, this was your inside look at the pros and cons of military family life here in Kitsap. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe. If you want to dive deeper into the cost of living here in Kitsap, check out the video below. We'll break down what you're going to spend your paycheck on and how far your BAH will go right here in Kitsap. Whether you're looking for a neighborhood close to base, a house with more space for your crew, or just someone to answer the what now PCS questions, Jason and I are always a message away. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and we'll see you in the next video.